1, 2, 3, 4.
We're horny. We're horny for love.
Cheers and welcome back to Horny for Love.
This is a podcast about two reformed prudes reclaiming their sexuality weekly in Los Angeles.
Sure is.
And today we are interviewing a star.
Wow.
We have the fortune of having John Anthony Lee Loffredo, writer, luminary, visionary mind, on the pod. This doesn't happen very often.
Doesn't happen every day.
And we're gonna ask him some probing questions about his past, his present, and his future.
Oh my God.
How do you feel?
I'm ready.
You ready to give it?
I'm ready to give, serve, slay. Period.
Okay, period.
Do you want to say who you are?
Oh,
Just so we can get that out of the way.
I'm baby star herself, Andrea Lee Christensen,
Mm-hmm.
John Anthony's sister,
Mm-hmm.
and
Biological.
John Anthony's biological sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I know him from birth, but
Mm-hmm.
today we're gonna get a little deeper in his psyche.
Deeper than birth.
Deeper than birth.
Title of up.
And to accompany our interview, we have some snackies.
Mm-hmm. Flavor of the week.
Flavor of the week.
This is an extended version of what will become just probably one snack per episode
Yeah.
in the future.
But we're deep diving.
We're deep diving.
Yeah.
We're playing catch up.
And don't worry, we got your feedback from last week.
A lot of the fans were in our DMs last week.
Saying, why are you eating all the snacks at the beginning?
Why are you spending 25 minutes telling us about snacks up top before you
and munching and crunching.
before you get deep into the content?
And so today we're here to...
We said we listened, we learned.
We listened and we learned. And that's us, you know? Listening and learning.
Students.
That's like how
you never stop being a student. If you're a good person, you never stop being a student.
Exactly. See, this is the exact kind of nugget of wisdom.
Right.
Instead of lessons of love this week, it's
Nuggets of wisdom.
It's John Anthony themed.
Thank you.
Because he's the wise one.
You're a pretty smart girl.
Thanks, but it's different than wise.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay. So let's get started, shall we?
Yeah.
What's your first snack?
Okay, so my first snack, I thought I would really follow in your footsteps and try and bring you some snacks of my childhood.
Yes.
So our first snack is a very famous Greek cookie, which I've never eaten store-bought before, so I'm not really sure how this will go.
Yaya would cook it.
Yeah, this is a Kaludi. That's what we grew up calling them, although on the back it says you're supposed to pronounce it kuluraki.
Okay.
Anyway,
Sure.
It's just like a very basic cookie.
I didn't see these cookies when I was in Greece.
Yeah, we had them on the boat. They were just brown.
Okay.
Remember
so they
that
come
cookie?
in different shades, and we love all shades.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, my yaya only ever makes them just like the regular kind.
Uh-huh.
But in the store, there was a cinnamon version and there was a chocolate version, which I feel like maybe is just for American audiences, you know?
Okay.
But I've never had a store bought. I don't know if this is like a transgression to like be buying these and like eating them from the store. But I thought, hey, I don't have any. I tried making them once, botched. So let's try the store-bought version.
Let's open up.
They're just like an and it says on the back, which is true. It's just kind of like an everyday cookie. Like it's good with tea or coffee, which is good that we made sure we got some of that.
Do you identify more with your Greek side or your Italian side?
Or
are you just like, dude, I'm American?
I'm definitely American personally, but I don't think I identify more with one or the other. I just think that like on my Greek side, my grandparents are immigrants, so like we're closer to the culture. and my grandparents on my dad's side were children of immigrants. They were first generation. And so it's more like we say like New York Italian, like Bronx Italian is like the culture more than like Italy.
Yes. That's why you call them Yaya and you call the other one
Grandpa instead of Nona or No.
Oh man, it'd be such a slay to call your grandma Nona.
I know, but we never
My
did
nonna.
that. My nonna.
What do you
Mia
think?
nonna.
What do you think? What do you think your like? What do you think your like parent name is gonna be, and what do you want your grandparent name to be? Like yours.
Sorry, I had to open these. There's wrapping. I've thought about this actually before because I was like, I don't know if I want to be called Dad or Grandpa.
Yeah. What
if I ever even have kids?
What if you're like in one of those newfangled families where they just call you John Anthony?
No.
I can see them calling you mommy, honestly.
Yeah, I've been like, if you want to call me mommy, that's fine. I'll be your mom. I kind of like Nona. That's kind of cute.
It's kind of giving.
It's kind of giving.
It's a sleigh.
We'll see. Okay, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, help me.
I'll hold it open for you.
Oh, the first one's broken.
Uh-oh, is that a sign? No, I think it's perfect. We can have one half each.
Yeah. They're looking a little pale and dry to me.
They smell good, like shortbread cookie.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're like.
I love shortbread.
Let me have a sip of my tea.
They're good. I feel like they're like a really, like something you would eat with your coffee.
Yeah. These ones are like much harder than the way my Yaya makes them.
Okay, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. And a bite of cookie.
It does complement the cookie.
I'm taking out my questions.
You wrote down questions?
The interview hasn't started yet.
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
John Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Proud of you.
How big is your penis?
Oh my God. You're a menace. You're so vile. Who's asking?
Actually, my boyfriend.
No way.
He came up with that question.
No.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer that.
Bigger than his.
Oh!
I'm just kidding. I don't know that. I feel like
I know that.
I feel like it's not fashionable to brag.
Mm.
And also say literally it's not like this monster cock. Like it's not this like giant thing. Like I feel like we've talked about it too much.
Yeah.
Where it seems like it's so big. It's like not.
If you have listened to the pod, you know that it's nothing to sneeze at.
It's also nothing to like freak out about.
Don't freak out. It's lovely. And it's impressive.
Goldilocks.
It's just
That's
right.
right.
Okay, I love it.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, let's go to childhood.
A natural transition.
I
I am feeling nervous now.
You gotta tell me. Have you heard your parents have sex?
Oh my God. Yes.
Are you gonna say more?
I did not hear it like when I was a child, like when I was older.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you heard
in
it when
college.
you were old. You heard it when you were in college?
Yeah.
Oh no. Was it loud?
I don't really want to talk about this.
Did it scar you a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
A little. Who wants to hear that?
Yeah, I know.
It's natural.
It's natural. It's how you're here.
It's natural for other people.
It's literally how you're here.
Yeah. Whatever. Everyone has heard this before. Right?
So where did your prudom start?
Wow. Are you just like copying my questions?
I think it's a good question because it's the genesis of the pod.
It is a genesis of the pod. My prudom began. Well, I feel like I was raised like with very traditional values. Like I remember like I feel like watching like Judge Judy. Did you ever watch that?
No.
You never. Do you know what it is?
Don't they just like have civilian cases and they
Yeah,
go,
but you know who Judge Judy is?
She's a woman.
she's like this very like intense woman, and like has like a New York accent, and like calls people stupid all the time, and like things like that.
That's not
She
nice.
like wrote she wrote a book like "Don't Pee on My Leg and Tell Me It's Raining," and like that was the title.
It's so
She was
funny.
always like calling people out on their bullshit or
Okay.
whatever. So my mom loved that show, and I would watch it sometimes when I was a kid. And I remember there would be like cases where it was like people talking about like, oh, you know, he got me pregnant, and you know, like I gave him money for this and she never paid me back for that, and blah 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 blah. And I feel like I remember my mom being like, well, you shouldn't be having sex unless you're okay and ready to be having children.
Wow.
Like from an early age. And I was like,
Well,
yeah,
how old were you when there's
a child.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
And I remember being like, yeah, it's if you get pregnant,
It's your
that's
fault,
your fault.
bitch.
Yeah,
and you
should,
better keep
and
that.
you better have a child because you decided to have sex. And everyone knows that if you have sex, you're getting pregnant.
Would she tell your sister this rhetoric?
I don't know what she said to my
Oh.
sister. It wasn't like intense like or lecturing. It was just kind of like in passing.
Oh, okay. So it was just like, you know, like over the years, like this is what you came to
Yeah,
believe.
so I was like, okay, I won't be having sex before marriage because I don't want children.
However, you did have sex in high school.
Okay, besides the point.
Well, I just want to know why you made that change in your mindset.
Well, I don't know, it just kind of felt like the thing to do.
Okay, that's fair.
And I also wasn't like free and loose about it by any means. I was like so terrified the whole time because I was like, I just felt so guilty. Like, even though it was with a woman instead of like my shame about being gay, you skipped over that part too. That's like part of the pregame.
I know. I'm skipping around.
Yeah, we're jumping around.
I'm going with where the convo takes
Right,
me.
right.
But we'll go back.
We can go back.
I haven't forgotten that you're gay.
Thank God. Even though it was with a woman, I was still like felt like I shouldn't be doing this. Like it was wrong, and that like I was too young, and that like I shouldn't be having sex, and I don't want children, and so I never like was like free and loose like in those experiences. The like few times.
But did you feel like you had like an inner freak dying to come out?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, my inner freak was just like me being gay
Right.
at that time.
Yeah.
Goes a little deeper.
So what was your gay awakening, you think?
I mean, if what you like, what does that mean? Like, how do I know I was gay?
Yeah, like when did you first realize?
I mean, I first knew I was gay once I started like going through puberty, because I was like, now like the penis is involved, you know?
Yes.
And so I was like, it's going up for the guys. Or like when you're watching porn and you're just like watching the guy.
Yeah.
I remember there were these like porns that would come on TV. Like
on HBO?
I don't know what channel it was. It was like super late at night. But I guess since they were on TV, they couldn't show penis.
I don't think they can show vagina either, right?
Maybe they
like
didn't,
they can't
but
like
you
they
saw
censor the whole
boobs.
thing.
You
Yeah.
saw boobs.
Boobs are PG-13
and you could
though.
tell that they're having sex.
Ooh.
But you couldn't see the penis, and I was like, that's what I want to see.
Oh my God.
And I've said this on the pod before, but I like would like Google. I didn't have like my own computer or phone, so I had to use the family computer, and the family computer was like in a room like filled like with glass all around. Like not all around. There was like windows and French doors that were all glass, so like there was no like privacy. So I could only use it like if no one was home, and even still, like what if like someone happened to like walk by, you know, outside.
Yeah.
I don't know. So there's always that like panic, like, oh my God, like I could be caught.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't sit there and like watch a video. So I would just like Google like nude men like that, or I would write naked men or nude men. Like I switched
Yeah.
to see what the results.
You have to do
you
a few
know,
experiments.
change it up, see what works better.
Yeah.
And then there were just like pictures of like naked men like with boners,
Oh my god.
and so I would like choose my favorites and like print them.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I did this more than once really, or if I just did it this one time and it like
was seared into your memory.
I feel like I definitely Googled it more than once, but the printing, I feel like maybe I just did one time because I printed it out and my plan was I'll just take these like to my room where I can have privacy. I actually never really masturbated in my room. I would always masturbate in the bathroom because the room still felt like no privacy because like you could hear things maybe. So I would like do it like before I got in the shower and I would just like turn the shower on. Sorry for the environment.
Yeah.
But I would like need the noise to like block everything out.
Yeah, to feel like you're safe.
To feel like I'm safe and can like be free to like do my business.
Yeah.
So I printed out the pictures and I guess I was going to take them to my room or to the bathroom. And then I was like, felt an extreme like amount of guilt and shame.
Yeah.
And was like, oh my God, like now these are like a physical thing that I'm holding. And like, what if someone finds them? And so then I like tore them up, the pictures, and like buried them in the trash can in the garage.
Yeah.
Literally like buried them.
Oh my God.
And never even got to get off to those pictures.
No cum tributes.
No.
Do you think like obviously there's fear around like getting found out that you're masturbating, but do you think the fear was more them finding out that you're gay?
I mean, it was both for sure.
Yeah.
Who wants their parents to like find out that they're masturbating? Period. And then like definitely didn't want them to find out I was gay. And then eventually I got an iPod Touch. So then I would like do the porn circuit on my iPod Touch. But I was still so paranoid and so afraid like that my parents would find out. Like I was like, oh my God, this is like the internet. Like
do they tell my
parents that I'm watching like explicit content? Like can they see what websites I'm going on?
Would you not do incognito mode?
Was that even a thing back then?
Yeah. I feel like
I didn't
always.
know about it.
Oh, I would always delete the search history.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I deleted history for sure.
So you say your parents were really traditional. Do they make it feel like it was not okay if you were gay?
They weren't homophobic.
Right.
I don't know that it really like came up a bunch. There was like, I mean, like I knew being gay was like a problem because like before I started masturbating, like that's how I knew I was gay. Everyone has their own stories or things. Like I always knew, and I'm like, how did you always know? Like I always knew I was different and that I liked playing with like girl things, but that doesn't like equate to sex. You know, the sex stuff didn't happen until I started being like sexual, and then I was like, oh, I'm gay. But because I liked all these girl things, like there was always that shame and tension. Like started early. I was like embarrassed to like open presents, like at family gatherings, because I was asking for like dolls. You know,
yeah.
And it was like no other boys are like asking for dolls. So like and I like wanted to be a fashion designer. That was like my career. I wanted my career to be a fashion designer.
I feel like every kid had a fashion designer.
Yeah. And I remember some girl being like, well, all fashion designers, if they're men, they're gay. And I was like, like, oh my God, did I just like out myself without realizing? You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if my parents like ever brought it up, but I feel like there was a conversation like at some point when I was a kid, like asking me if I was gay in a way, but not in a way that felt harmful. But that was all like childhood. So like then like teen era, like at post puberty, like I mean, I feel like I felt pressure to not be gay, not because my parents were like being gay is bad or don't be gay, but it was like, you know, like I always thought I was gonna have a family and always thought I was gonna have kids, and like, which is like textually that means like you'll be straight and like marry a woman. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah. Okay, let's pivot to this comment that you made the other week.
I thought you have a bad memory.
Huh?
Suddenly you have a good memory. You're remembering a comment I made the other week.
The other week, when you thought that I said that you weren't an actor, which is not true.
That's what you said.
So I want to ask you, when did you think you wanted to become an actor? Like, why did you want to study it at college? What was that moment for you?
Get those away from me.
And should we do another snack while you answer this?
Yeah, let's do another snack. Okay. This one requires a plate.
Oh,
So I got
we have a plate prepped.
So this is a Napoleon.
Oh, yummy! I just watched the movie.
Yeah.
Napoleon.
I don't know if they're like. I feel like they're like French, but
I mean the name, right?
I know, but they have them at all Italian bakeries. And when I was growing up, my Italian grandparents, thank you. Yeah, you got this. They
Should I transfer to plate?
go for it.
Is it okay if I just grip it? Okay, she is a
I
long.
gripped it. Oh yeah, do
she's
you
a
want to describe what it
long,
looks
thicky
like for anyone who
pastry.
doesn't know what a Napoleon is? And there's
I didn't. It's like 3 layers of flaky dough
Mhm.
with custard in between,
Mhm.
custard sandwich, and it's topped with like a swirly black and white pattern.
icing.
Yeah, it looks good.
Um,
Where'd you get this from?
Figaro actually.
Oh, yum. Can
my-
we delve?
Yeah, go for it. My grandparents, like my Italian grandparents, would always have like Sunday dinners, and like,
Oh,
they
this is
went-
giving a little stale.
well, I got it yesterday.
Oh, got it. Okay. I'm opening it.
It's not stale. This is how it usually is.
Okay, I'm just having trouble cutting
It's
it.
not like
That's why.
crunchy.
Mm. Mm.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do like it.
So they would always like have a crazy, like go all out for all of the food, but they would have like a crazy dessert course, my
Wow.
grandparents.
Wow.
And they would like have cupcakes and cakes and like Italian cookies and pastries. And they would always have Napoleons. And the way I got into eating them is my brother and I would like fight over them, and we would just like eat the top
Mm.
because we just wanted the icing.
The icing.
And then as I got older, I started to be like, well, let me just like eat the whole thing because I don't want to waste it.
Mm.
And I was like, wait, I actually like it.
It is good. You know, the things we discover we like when we're older.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Like custard,
Yeah.
delicious.
Panna cotta,
Mm.
delicious.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
what made you think you wanted to dedicate your life to being an actor?
My desire to act started like early. Like I would watch Disney Channel and feel jealous.
Wasn't that the dream? To
I was like,
be a
I
kid
want to
on
be
the
on Disney Channel. And
What would your like ideal show be to be on?
like
as a
Wizards of
kid?
Waverly Place.
Oh, so fun! I feel like mine
Selena
was
Gomez's like younger brother or something.
Oh,
Doesn't she have
cute.
one?
Yeah, she does.
Miscast. Just kidding.
Um,
They're like Hispanic, so couldn't be me.
I feel like, is David Henry Hispanic?
I don't know.
It's hard to say, and
It's
it's
hard to
not
say.
for
It's-
us to say. It's for Google to say.
Well, the dad was white. But
So there have
yeah, but that would not equate a
The last
full,
name
a
is-
full white
the
child.
last name is Russo. That's like white, right? That's like Italian. I don't know.
Anyway,
Not to speak on things I don't know about.
right. We don't need to delve into the
I feel like
the
my-
ethnicity of the
I-
Wizards of
like,
Waverly Place.
I wished that I lived in Zoe 101 world.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So did I. I was like, where's this school?
PCA,
Yeah, I was like, why am I not going to school by the beach?
right? Boarding school
Away
too.
from my parents. That's because that was just a
For
college
kissing
campus.
to happen. Yeah, wasn't it literally at that fucking what's
I
that
thought people
school?
say it was Pomona, but or something like that. Pepperdine?
Pepperdine. Yes, the one that Adam
In Malibu.
Sandler always plays basketball at.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, anyway.
Anyway,
I actually started. Okay, so where did it all begin? I don't know. People always ask that stupid question, like when someone's an actor, like, how did you know you wanted to be an actor?
Yeah, why do you want to be an actor?
I just remember just like having an intuition. Like I don't remember. I was just like went to my mom one day. I was like, I want to take acting classes, and she like took me to this like little like children's like creative theater studio kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I like took a class there, and then I don't know how we got into these like weird. I feel like my parents got conned or schemed. Like there was like this.
Like the mall search thing.
No, there was like this like acting like studio like in Connecticut, but they were like classes to like get people to do like commercials and TV.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of felt like a scheme, you know, because I feel like it was really expensive, and like what was I doing? I don't remember. But there was like like on camera classes like for kids.
Yeah.
And I remember this. I went into one class, and this girl, I don't know if he was asking us like what our experience was so far with acting, and she was talking about how she did the school plays and everything. And I think at this point I was still in elementary school, so there was no school play in elementary school. Like, so I felt really out of my league because I had never done any theater before.
Oh my God.
So I took those for a while, and like got representation.
Oh my God, child star.
I got representation.
You could have been on the Disney Channel.
Almost, with this like old New York lady.
Classic.
Who was an agent, and she was like mean. Like
oh
she made
my
me
God.
cry.
Oh, why? She's like, you're not practicing enough.
Like I went in to like audition for her, and she like I guess like reamed me or something, but she still wanted to sign me.
Okay.
But was kind of like that wasn't good vibes.
Then why did she sign you?
I don't know.
That's
and then
whack.
she told my parents that I need to take this acting class in the city, and I took it with this woman. This is such a weird memory.
That's giving such a good after school activity though. Like telling your friends like I have to go to the city to take acting.
I remember that
because my agent told me to.
Agent. There was like the extras were like making a puppet like character like and I made mine a girl, and then she was like, why are you making it a girl? And I was like, so what?
Yeah, so
Leave me
what?
alone.
I'm gay. So what?
Let me my fictional character be a woman. But then that never really went anywhere because and also then I got an offer to get representation in California as well.
Oh.
They had like West Coast agents come in, and we like auditioned for them. And this one guy was like, I want you guys to fly out to LA and like blah blah.
Oh my God.
And I was so excited, and
Oh
I was
my
like, oh my God, like I'm gonna be on Disney Channel.
And then what?
And my mom was like, no, we're not doing that. It's ridiculous.
Are you kidding?
No, my mom was so not like
Into
for the
it?
stage mom life, and she was like, no, that's ridiculous. And she, even when I got signed in New York, like she wouldn't take me into auditions.
Then
I don't
what
think
was the
I
point of
ever.
getting signed?
I mean, nothing ever happened. Like I
Oh
don't think
my
I ever even
God.
went on any auditions because
Are you like mad about that?
no, but
Okay.
I'm like, why didn't we do it?
Yeah,
you know?
you could have achieved your Disney Channel dream.
Yeah, and. Yeah, I got so mad at my mom because she's like, I wasn't going to pull you out of school to go to these auditions in the city. And like, I had 2 other kids. Like, what am I supposed to do with them? And be like, oh, I'm traveling into the city to take you to auditions.
That's true. It would have seemed like favoritism, I guess.
Yeah, and it doesn't really seem like the most logical for
Well,
sure. Like, I
just
understand the
because-
rationale.
Just because brother and sister don't want to be famous like you.
No, my sister did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, your sister
she
is a
would've-
rom-com heroine.
She would have loved to be on Disney Channel.
Did she take classes?
I think she took a couple. I can't cut this. Like,
Oh, my God. So you also wanted stardom. He's rolling his
Guilty.
eyes.
I guess I did. Like, oh my God.
So it's not just me.
Can you pull this-
Interesting.
can you pull this off?
Yes.
Okay.
Just
put
take it
put
with your-
down.
okay.
Sorry. We're having some issues. And so then I just did the plays at school.
Okay.
And from my first one, I was like, I was saying in middle school, I was like, I want to go to college for acting.
Oh, wow.
And everyone was like, wow, it's so beautiful to like know what you want to do at such an early age.
Yeah.
LOL.
Oh, my God. Wait, so you did go to acting school in college.
This is true.
And
Wow, you've really done your research.
how was that? like, because I feel like
Blanket statement.
well, now, you know, like this was your dream for so long and now you consider yourself more of a writer than an actor. And I feel
This
like
is
that
true.
change was like pretty immediate after college, no?
Yeah.
So like what led to that decision, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like was it the experience of acting school is so terrible / like the real life nature of it, aspect of it?
A mix of things. Like, for those of you who don't know me, well, this is why we're doing this, because we have so many new listeners. So a lot of you might not know this
Thousands.
aspect of my story, but I was still in the closet when I went to acting school.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't come out till like that towards the end of acting school.
Was there any part of you, by the way, when you moved to New York that was like, well, this is my chance to start?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like committed to the bit.
What do you think that like you would just pretend forever?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my god.
Or I was like, maybe I don't have to be gay.
Wow. That's so intense.
Yeah, but obviously I was like, this is not gonna work, you know. And so then I
Yeah.
was just like trying to deal with like the fact that that wasn't gonna work for a while.
Yeah.
I need some water.
Water break.
Now I know why those famous people like drink water in their interviews.
They're getting their
They're like,
thoughts together.
What was the question?
Um
Oh, why don't I act?
Well, you were about to say something about like, you know,
Oh, how
the
was
jig
acting
is
school?
up.
Yeah, so then the jig became up, but then I was like not ready for the jig to be up, even though in my mind I knew it was up. So then I was in that like
It
limbo,
was like
limbo
sophomore,
period. Yeah,
junior
exactly.
year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And all the while, I felt like
yeah.
in the back of my mind, I knew that like I was holding myself back as an actor by not being truthful with myself, because how can you be like in touch with your emotions or anything if you're so focused on hiding?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you give a truthful performance if your number one priority is concealing your identity?
Right.
Which in my back of my mind, I like knew kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm never going to be a great actor if I can't be honest with myself. Deep.
Okay.
But at the same time, I was also like, but then it felt like a catch-22, because I was like, but then if I come out, will I ever be a great actor? Because will I ever get opportunity? Because
Fair.
everyone wants me to be straight.
Everyone wants you to be straight.
Because while we are so young, the two of us like are very young.
18 plus 10.
Plus, yeah, we're young. But when we were in college, like it was still a world of difference. Like,
True. The only gay people are on Modern Family.
I mean, seriously, there was not like a lot of gay
It
content.
was like that and Neil Patrick Harris, but
Yeah.
in real life, not on TV.
Right. Right. And then like that's just like, and then came the gay content, but no gay people involved.
Yes.
And now we're starting to get to a point where like more
Yeah.
gay people are involved in gay
Mhm.
content, but so far off at that
Mhm.
time. So I was like, it will be a death sentence as an actor if I come out. But also, I'll never be a great actor if I don't come out. So I felt like, oh my God, you know?
Yes.
Plus, the acting school we went to was like super straight and super like worshipping
Yes.
man.
Yes.
It like worshipped the man and patriarchy.
Very masculine.
So it wasn't like like soft and squishy environment where I could be
It
like,
wasn't. It wasn't.
let me
the
explore
experimental
myself.
part.
It was not experimental.
Yeah.
Um,
We weren't doing devised pieces.
No.
Let's just say we weren't rolling around on the ground.
And I also wanted to, like,
unfortunately.
I took myself so seriously too in college, and like wanted to be taken so seriously as an actor.
Yeah, I think we all did. Yeah.
And so, yeah. But then towards the end of college, when
I mean, if you weren't crying all the time, you weren't like, you were treated like you don't care.
right. But I wasn't crying all the time because like,
You're famously keeping it bottled in.
right. And it would frustrate me so much because I was just like, I want to be seen so
Mhm.
badly,
Mm-hmm.
but all these people crying around me are like drowning out
Absolutely.
the fact that I'm hiding, and was like begging
Yes.
for like someone to like
Notice
be like,
you?
yeah, what's going
Like,
on?
what's up? Wait, but then that teacher that we talk about,
I've talked about this on the pod.
that you
already.
talked about in the pod, our former Shakespeare teacher.
Yeah. But he did it in the worst way possible.
It's true. Yeah, he did.
I don't need to recap that story.
Yeah, you guys can go back.
You
and
can go
listen
back.
to
It was this season.
It was this season.
I think on Sophie's episode.
So just go back and listen to
Yeah.
that. Okay, if you guys really care.
If you really care. And so then towards the end of college, I felt like I was thinking a lot of things. I was like just like thinking about going to auditions and like auditioning and trying to like make a career for myself just felt like so impossible.
Yeah.
I was like, how do I even start this? You know, like, and it felt so helpless.
Right.
And I'm someone who really likes control, and like acting felt like you have no control over anything. And I felt like there was no roadmap, and I felt like anxious about that. But then also it felt more important to me because I was just like coming out. It felt more important to me to spend my time like embracing myself and my identity and who I am and exploring that. Like that felt more important than like pursuing life as an actor. And I felt like pursuing life as an actor meant that I would have to like, it would make it harder for me to fully embrace myself.
Yeah.
To go through that phase. Like if I want to like dress weird or like do things like in the back of my mind I'd have to be like, oh well, that could hurt my chances at like getting this part, or maybe like, you know what I mean? Like and I didn't want to like do that negotiation. It didn't feel worth it to me. And I always loved writing, and then I also was just like, I don't want to act and like be playing straight roles like all the time. Like I've been pretending to be straight my whole life, so I don't want to like now leave college and be like, okay, I have to pretend to be straight again, like in order to work.
It feels suffocating.
Yeah, so I was like, I'd rather do the opposite, like write roles for myself that are like gay, and write content that's like explicitly gay and is made by a gay person, and that became my like goal.
That's a beautiful thing to discover.
Thank you.
Wow. It's beautiful, honey.
Thanks, honey.
Okay, I did write this question down.
Okay. I'm ready.
What do you love most about yourself?
Only you would ask me a question like that.
What's your favorite thing about yourself?
Just one? I'm just kidding.
You can do top 3. I'm not opposed.
Probably my determination.
Wow.
Is that bad
Why?
to say?
Why? It's giving Saltburn.
Stop! That's why I was like, should I not say that? Does that make me seem like a villain?
No.
Yeah, my determination
Not a lot of people have that.
to like get the things I want.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Let's do the next snack.
Okay.
Okay, just here's a fun question while we do the next snack.
Yeah, are we not being fun today?
If you're on a desert island with one family member, who would it be?
My sister.
Okay, I guess that was easy. Fine.
We get along the most. We're the most similar. We would definitely fight for sure. I mean, I would fight with any one of my family members that I was on a desert island with. But I think it would be worth it. Yeah. I don't know
survival
skill wise, like how good she would be.
I was also thinking about that.
Like in that aspect, I think maybe my dad.
Right.
Maybe
Dad's no thing.
He might know a few things, and he might be able to like protect me.
Oh, nice. He can definitely check your teeth. He's a dentist.
Yeah. And and like he has some medical knowledge. So like
doctor.
if something were to go wrong, like he might have an idea about it.
Yes.
So my sister and I, we might like not survive.
Yeah, both, you know. Do you think that you'd survive in a zombie apocalypse like at all or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm so afraid of like
going
getting
outside.
Killed. And my determination going back.
Yeah, you're right.
I just have this like inherent determination that I would be like, I have to survive. But for what?
I know. For what? Like, why keep surviving?
Right.
Maybe it's fun to be a zombie. No brain.
No.
No brain, just eat.
Okay. This next snack is technically an assortment.
Okay. Love it.
Following on the
He's holding a white box.
theme of sweets.
Oh my God. Yours is all sweet.
I
And
know.
mine is all salty.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Does that
if-
say something about us?
Following on the theme of Italian,
My sweet guy.
this is just an assortment of Italian cookies that might have appeared at my grandparents' Sunday dinner.
Oh my God. These are all like dry ass cookies. Like, this is the theme of the event.
Wow, you're being rude. You're being rude.
I'm just kidding.
So what do
Where's the black? It's the Italian
Yeah,
cookies.
so
the
what
red
I'll
and
say,
green cookies.
The rainbow cookies.
Rainbow cookies.
Which I can make on my own, but I bought them. And what I'll say through this discovery, there is not like a plethora of Italian bakeries in Los Angeles. Like, I feel like being Italian is not like an LA thing. Like,
very
it's
New
a New York thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's not, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of Italian people. I mean, I'm sure there are, but
Yeah.
you know, like presence in LA.
I agree with
There's
you.
no like Little Italy that I know of. Like, you can't just like get like good Italian
I
delis.
mean, I guess we're further away from Europe, you know?
That's why.
That's why. No immigrants.
Well, I don't know. No
Of that
There's
nature.
no Italian in
Yeah, there's there's a lot of Mexican food here.
Yeah.
And Asian food.
Yeah. So it's just not the city.
Wow,
it's,
geography.
It's just not the Italian American city.
Yeah.
So I had to hunt for these. I don't know if they're going to be good. They look like how
Are
they're
these not Figaro? Where'd
no.
you go?
Figaro's French. Some Italian bakery in Eagle Rock. I had to like Google.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So I'm curious about them. These ones are not sweet. The sesame ones.
Okay, I want to try one.
I kind of want one too, but I want to see
I'm
how.
going to try a bite of this first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do the rainbow cookie.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
All right. So first I'm picking up this sesame covered cookie. It smells sweet, but it could just be that it's touching the other stuff. Okay. hold
Okay.
on.
It's like a breadstick? What's it like?
It tastes like literally nothing at all.
Nothing?
Try it. It tastes like sesame seeds, and that's it.
Yeah, it kind of does taste like nothing.
Okay, I'm doing rainbow cookie.
No,
She's-
these ones are looking different. I've never seen them with chocolate on all four sides.
Oh, really? I feel like I think of it as chocolate on all four sides.
And these chocolate sprinkles, that's a new addition for me.
Okay, classic rainbow cookie, the kind that they give out at Carbone. It's okay.
I don't like it.
It's like also kind of not flavorful whatsoever. Like yours tastes like almonds.
This doesn't taste like almond.
It
like,
just
at
tastes
all.
like nothing with like some chocolate.
I don't like that.
Interesting.
Now, this is like with a grain of salt. You had H Mart to go to.
Yeah.
Those are from the place they're supposed to be from. These are not.
Asia. Okay.
I don't like that one. Nothing like New York.
So
You okay?
were you ever a bully?
Was I ever a bully?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think of me as a bully?
I'm asking you if you were ever a bully.
Like in high school?
Yeah, or growing up, middle school.
I don't think I was ever a bully. I might have like bullied people. Not purposefully.
That's what I'm asking. Were you ever a bully to anybody?
This is mean.
It's giving yes.
It's giving not yes, but maybe not no.
What'd you do? And what would you say to them now?
No. Our freshman year of high school, there was just like I can't say this. We didn't do anything. There was just like
We just egged their house.
no. There were just like these new kids at school. And they like just decided to sit with my friend group at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of them
Ooh, huge faux pas.
maybe they knew one of my friends from like a class, maybe one of our friends was being nice and was like, hey, sit with us. But they never spoke.
Oh.
Ever.
Wow.
And so it was just like,
why are you
like,
here?
Yeah, it was just
vibes.
So I don't think I didn't bully them, but I don't think any of us were like the nicest to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sort of became like a little bit of a bit like in our friend group, just like that they were there, you know? So does that count?
Yeah.
And one time there was this person on the bus who was like bickering with me, and they like had like pita chips or something on the bus and hummus.
Yeah.
And like threw it at me.
Yeah.
But it missed.
Yeah.
So then I picked it up and I put it on top of their head.
Okay.
But I was provoked.
Yeah, you were. And I don't think that's that bad. I think it's okay.
It's not that bad.
You put a pita chip on top of their head.
Filled with hummus.
Oh, that's okay. It was filled with hummus, or there's just hummus on it?
Hummus on the chip. So.
Oh, well, I forgive you.
But we were on the bus ride home, so that's better.
Yeah, then they can just go home and wash.
Right.
Honestly, you thought about it.
I don't think I thought about it, but.
Okay, next question.
Should we try this one?
Oh, I don't know if I want to try that one.
That one looks okay.
Okay, it's a crescent cookie
with kind of like ridges
with rainbow sprinkies on it.
Sprinkle cookie. Is it better than the other ones?
No. This one has like a faint lemon scent.
They're like oddly like not that sweet.
Mm-hmm.
In a bad way. Because when you look at this, like you're like,
I want it to be
It has
sweet.
to be full of sugar.
Yeah. And the thing about this
like
place,
this
it doesn't taste like anything.
It doesn't taste like anything.
They just put different toppings on it.
I'm happy to know my rainbow cookies are like far superior than whatever that is.
Whatever this thing that they sell for money is.
I
you
can't
can
believe
have a bake
this.
Sale.
I can't believe this.
Jan,
I need to go back to New York.
Yeah, you need to go back to New York about that. Is there anything that you regret not doing?
Period?
Growing up.
Get off
Let
of
me
me.
pet you.
I thought your questions were going to be funny. That's what you said last week.
I thought we were giving like...
So you pivoted. You were like, I don't want to be Wendy Williams. I also want to be Barbara Walters.
I thought you would want me to treat you the way you treated me.
Interesting. I mean, regret. Such a strong word.
Was there anybody that you had a like secret crush on in high school that you like didn't?
Not really. I wasn't like having crushes on boys in high school because I was so like didn't want to be gay. So I was never even thinking.
You're like, I don't want to even think about.
Yeah, I was never even thinking about boys like that.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
How about? Do you have a regret in a past like relationship or crush that you didn't do?
Not in high school, just like
no,
in my life.
In life.
Not really.
It's like someone you wish you had made a move on.
Oh. I feel like there must be someone.
How about in the bathroom at the bathhouse?
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are more, but like I can't think of any really right now. But there's that one that you know about that I can't talk about on pod.
The big one, right?
No.
There's one that I
can't talk about on pod.
That I know about.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time. Think recent.
Oh yes. Oh well.
That I missed the boat on that one.
No, you're waiting.
I'm not waiting.
You're waiting, and it'll happen.
Stop. Okay,
you just
okay.
have to bide your time.
Just stop.
That's what I did with my boyfriend, and your time will come. What's meant to be will come.
What's meant to be from you comes to me.
So, John Anthony, you grew up wanting the one, right?
Yeah.
You had this big idea about romance.
Right.
Was marriage in the cards?
Uh-huh.
Is that like big and important to you?
Still?
Marriage?
Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me give you a what would you rather situation.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god.
Would you rather
You're so mean.
be married, but your partner insists that it's open?
Okay.
Or with a partner where it's closed, but they don't believe in marriage?
A partner where it's closed but they don't believe in
you're
marriage.
right. That one's easy. Okay.
Something that used to annoy me so much. Can I, or do you want?
No. Please.
So with the one you were referencing before, I think, like the guy that I like never even really dated, but kind of did. Whatever.
Your first love.
My first love of my early 20s. Something that used to annoy me so much about him was like, I would always talk about how I wanted marriage, not necessarily with him, but like that was like my goal in like relationship wise, and like I wanted to get married and I value that and blah blah blah. And then he was like one of those people that was like those annoying people in our generation about this, like who are like progressive, or like think they're so progressive, so they're like, marriage is so like, would always be like, why do you want to get married? Marriage is a like heteronormative institution, and it was actually just created so men could control women, and it was like actually just about like property exchange and blah
exactly.
blah blah.
Like one of those people.
And I'm like, what? Like obviously that's not what I wanted. Like who cares about any of that? Like that's not why like people get married now usually. And like especially if you're gay, like if I'm choosing to get married, it's because what marriage means to me, it's not a religious thing. It's not like any of that. Like it's about like creating a life with someone, and it's like a formal commitment to someone. It means something. It's not just like nothing. It's not just for show. And he would be like, oh, I would get married, but probably just because like I just want to have the party, which like, yeah, that's a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
But like to me, I'm like, that's not why I'm getting married. Like, and so that's why it was so easy to answer your would you rather, because I would say like marriage is just a word. Like if we have the like formal commitment to each other and like are very clear on our intentions and like are like, I want to spend the rest of my life with you in a partnership that's romantic and otherwise, like, okay, that is marriage to me. And like when I would explain it like that, he would be like, oh, well, I'm not saying I don't want that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's what I mean when I say I want to get married.
Yeah.
So stop trying to be so like, and it's not just him, like that's such a thing I feel like in our generation, and especially like with people like in New York or Brooklyn or like whatever. It's like marriage is so like last year. I was trying to think of like something else than last year, but whatever. You know? And I think that's just so stupid. Like I really think that's such a stupid thing to say. Like if you don't want to get married because you actually don't want to spend the rest of your life with someone else, that's fine. Like you could be like, I actually am happy to spend my life not with a partner, and I'd rather like spend time with my friends and just like myself, and like maybe I'll have partners, but I don't want that to be like a main feature of my life. That's respectable. Not everyone wants that. But if you're hating on marriage because of its history or it's like in like what it represented, like that's so like immature. Like find a different hill to die on.
So marriage is still very much on the table for you.
Yeah, it's on the table. But I feel like my relationship to it has definitely changed like as I've gotten older, or as I get older.
Explain.
I mean, like used to be like something that I like dreamed about and like you know, like romanticized, and I would love to feel that way again. I don't know if I'm like jaded, but I just like don't feel like my expectations or like my standards are only get higher as I get older, because I'm just like, okay, when you're younger, I had like high standards when I was younger anyway, but like as you get older, it's like, okay, well, life's getting more serious, and like I actually want certain things like soon, like in my life, and those are like adult things and things that take consideration and planning, and so you can't just like fool around with someone. I mean, you can fool around like just for fun, but you know what I'm saying, like
yes. You're more pliable as a young person.
Yeah, the older you
and I
get,
think you're more willing to accept like
less.
less. Yes.
Because you don't, it's not as dire. You don't
You're
need
doing
it.
everything for the first time. You
Right.
don't know what's right and what's wrong.
And so now
and
I'm
what
just
you like
kind
and
of
what you
like,
don't like.
I'd love for someone to sweep me off my feet, but I'm like, is that
Mhm.
possible?
Okay, I have another. What would you rather?
Okay. Is it a good one?
Would you rather? And I feel like I know what the answer is gonna be, but let's see what you say.
Maybe I'll surprise you.
Would you rather have a partner who's like really happy-go-lucky but kind of dumb,
Mm-hmm.
or somebody who's like who you can get there emotionally with, but they're like just so sad all the time, like so depressed?
That's actually really hard. I think happy-go-lucky and dumb.
Oh, okay. That's actually not what I thought for you. I would think that you'd want to get there emotionally.
I do want. I mean, that's so important to me, like
Right.
capacity for emotional depth.
Yeah.
But I don't want someone that's gonna make me like stuck there.
Absolutely not.
Because I have a tendency to get bogged down in my emotions and my like thoughts. So I'm like, maybe someone who's happy-go-lucky would like help me like move out of them.
Yeah, and you just like save the deep stuff for your therapist.
Yeah, I mean, neither of those situations are ideal. Let's be clear about
Let's be
that.
clear about that.
You need someone who can do both.
Of course. But that's not what you would rather.
I know.
That what you would rather.
You would choose happy-go-lucky, right?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, shouldn't life be fun?
Shouldn't it?
I feel like
yeah.
neither of them would fulfill me, but happy-go-lucky would be more fun.
You can go on vacation with that person.
Yeah, the
I
other
feel
one,
like
it's like they're just like
that's like another
doomsday.
job.
Yeah.
To like have to come home after a day and then like worry about their problems,
Right.
and you never get to worry about yours.
I'd rather come home and like be like, oh, I'm so upset, and the person would be like, baby,
have
don't
some
be
chocolate
upset.
cake.
Yeah, exactly.
I baked something for you.
Let's go
Let's
out.
have a bottle of wine.
Yeah,
Yeah. That sounds nice.
that
I want
sounds
that.
nicer.
So, what's your relationship to sex like now?
I still think I'm a little stringent with myself, but I definitely feel like I've opened up more.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Especially like,
Making
example being what we
strides.
talked about pre-pod today.
And I really want him to share, but maybe
I
next
said maybe
week.
next week.
Maybe
but
next week.
yeah, I feel like my journey has like I've made a concerted effort to like open up freely. I think ever since I stopped talking to that guy
Yeah, absolutely.
and moved to
And
LA.
it was so surprising to me, like,
Yeah, hit me
by the
again.
way,
Tap me again.
it was so surprising to me, by the way, that summer that I was in New York and you were coming to New York for like a couple months.
Yeah.
And leading up to it, John Anthony was talking about this man like every single day. And like I feel like the primary reason for you to coming was like something was going to happen with
Okay,
him.
well, first of all, my sister was
on.
graduating college. So that's why
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank
He's
you.
saying all these things that it's not the real reason why. And then you got there, and I feel like you guys hung out like one time, and then you just
I
like,
think twice.
or twice, and then just like, boom, you're like, I'm not dealing with him anymore.
Yeah.
And I was just like so impressed about how you could let that go.
Well, it took a long time to get to that place.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, right before I moved to LA, as you know,
COVID.
right before I moved to LA, he like confessed his love for me, and we had a super romantic weekend together. And
Right. And he said that he could imagine
Marrying
marrying you,
me.
which
which is a lot to
it's
say.
just triggering,
It's-
so triggering
and it-
for a person
and it-
such as John Anthony.
Right. And it was like tear filled and like holding my hand, like very intimate and
like,
sweet.
knowing what we know about how he feels about marriage.
That was like, whoa.
How could you say that to a person
Yes.
and not mean it?
Exactly. That's going to really carry weight with me.
Yeah.
So then when I moved to LA, and I wasn't like, it was prime time COVID, like wasn't meeting new people. So I was still like communicating with him a lot. And I was like hanging on to that, like that weekend we had together.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, if only I had stayed, or if he had like moved too, like would we be dating finally?
Mm-hmm.
So when I came back to New York that summer,
yeah.
I was like, let me see. And in the back of my mind, I knew it wasn't going to be happening. But I was like, let me see if I can get us back there. And actually, that's one thing I regret is we like had a dinner, like the first time we hung out, and I was like bringing this up to him. I was like, you know what I want? Like, you said these things to me, like, and he was just kind of like, you know, that's not what I want. That's not where I am right now. Like that kind of stuff. And I kept being like, cause maybe he would say things like maybe one day or whatever. And I was just kind of like, you do realize like, it's not just gonna like happen. Like if you want something, you're going to have to like decide to like pursue it at some point, you know?
Yeah.
And then there was another time that I was like, hey, can I come like stay at your place like this weekend or something? And he was kind of like wishy-washy about it. And then he was like down for it. Because I was like, oh, maybe it'll be a repeat of like that other time.
Yeah.
And it's so then we're like in bed together and we start like kissing or whatever. Or we were like cuddling, maybe watching TV, and then we start kissing. And I'm like, okay, like we're going to like do stuff. And then we're like starting to do stuff, and then he stops and he's like, I feel like I shouldn't do this. And I was like, why? And he was like, I feel like it means something different to you than it does to me, kind of. And I was like,
Ooh.
okay. And then he was kind of like,
you know, that's probably fair.
yes, but then he was like kind of like saying stuff essentially like, oh, like I'm just horny, and like it could be basically like you could be anyone. He didn't say that, but like that's like what he was saying.
That is so rude.
And mind you, this isn't just some guy. This is like
You've
someone
had
who
a
I've
years long
thing with, who's expressed multiple times in these years
that
how
he wants
important
to marry you.
Well, yes, but also just how important I am to him, even as a friend, and like how intimate our relationship has been.
Because you guys have hours long conversations on the phone into the night. It's not just like you could be anyone.
Right.
And the fact that you insinuate
that's
is
what I'm
really
saying.
Rude.
And like, I'm like, wow. So I could just be anyone. The only reason I'm in your bed right now is because you're horny. Like, I could just be anyone. And I regret not just leaving the apartment.
Yeah.
I like still stayed the night, and like I like couldn't sleep next to him. Like I went to go sleep on the couch because I was like, I don't want to be near you. But I wish I just was like, okay,
fuck off.
I could be anyone. Don't talk to me again, because I'm not just anyone to you.
Yeah.
And just took my shit and left. Like
Good.
I could have went anywhere. Like I would have been like, I don't care how much it costs. Go fucking book me a room at some hotel. Like, maybe I'm going to the Plaza tonight for the first time in my life. I don't care. Like, take the money out of the savings, run the card, bitch. Like, I'm going to the Plaza because I deserve better.
Wait, can we have a sleepover at the Plaza?
Oh my God! That's such a good idea.
That is
such a good idea.
Let's
Wow.
do it.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I regret that because I'm just like, and that's like kind of what tipped me over.
Right.
I
don't think I knew that's like what happened.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Like, how could you say that to me? And I think he was scared that it would mean something different to me, but I also think like, then you shouldn't have had me in your bed in the first place, and you also should have never said those things to me. And then I think like he just also would like say things to me, and then I wanted to hear. Then I think we're true to him, and then when I would like try and like be like, okay, great, let's pursue that further, he'd get all scared and like do whatever he could to like push me away. And that would sometimes mean like saying like insensitive things to make sure that distance was between us, so that there was no risk of like anything happening. But I really learned to value myself more than that, and that like I would never be in that position today with someone.
Right.
Like, it would first of all never be in a bed next to somebody like trying to get their affection with somebody like that.
Yeah.
But also,
we've all been there.
If they ever said something to me like that insinuated that I was like not, it didn't matter who I was, like it didn't matter that it was me, I would have been like, bye, like see you never, like sayonara.
So rude.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Yeah, and I'm mad that
even if they
I
were
spent
a one
the night.
night stand, like
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, sayonara to that
Sayonara.
guy. Do you have any more snacks?
One.
Okay, let's do the last one.
Okay. It's semi-sweet, but it's kind of salty. It's like the
Okay.
intention.
Okay.
So these are my favorite chips at the time.
Yes, they look so good.
I have my own bag at home that I cracked into already, so you can keep this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So these are baked Lay's barbecue chips. I am a big chip person.
Love chips.
My history with chips is that when I was younger, sour cream and onion was like my go-to.
Ooh.
And I still fancy a sour cream and onion, but I really don't eat that so much anymore.
Doesn't fancy it anymore.
And I always liked barbecue as well. And then during the pandemic,
Really started
it
that.
really, I
Popped
mean,
off.
right before the pandemic, I would always get those kettle cooked barbecue chips. You know the brand?
Yeah.
It-
Miss
like-
Vicky's.
No, kettle cooked.
Oh, yes. Kettle.
Yeah, kettle
Brown.
chips, whatever.
Yeah.
And I would get them at the bodegas in New York, and like that would be like my snack at home. And then during the pandemic, like my mom likes barbecue chips, so we'd always just be buying. We'd have a rotation of barbecue chips. I feel like I've tried them all. The Cape Cod barbecue chips are really good. But I forget when, but baked just kind of became my
I
moment.
love baked.
I love baked. I remember having baked actually at my grandparents' house for the first time, but they were just plain potato chips. But even then, I was like, wait, these taste so much better baked.
because it's like not as oily.
It's
I
not as
feel
oily,
like.
and there's like a I don't know.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Open
Anyway,
them.
let's crack these open.
You know what I feel like is a really like adult flavor is sour or is
Salt and vinegar. Yeah, but I love salt. And
they
vinegar.
hurt.
Okay.
Whenever I eat them, I'm like I'm being so classy right now.
Have you had these ones before?
I love baked.
I love.
I love the baked ruffles with the cheese and sour,
Sour cream.
Yeah.
Someone said that to me the other day when I was talking about these.
So good. Okay,
I can eat this whole bag by myself.
let's move on to sex.
Sure. Tell me.
Have you had a sexual experience that you still like look back on and it gives you tingles? And if so, what is it?
I mean, I was thinking about sex with the married man I used to see the other day. And I was having flashbacks the other day.
Sayonara to that guy.
I wish him well, and all love and respect goes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sex. I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, wow, I want that again. It was just so raw.
Raw? Because it was
Yeah.
raw dog.
No.
It wasn't.
No.
Oh. What was raw about it?
It was carnal.
Whoa.
That's what I mean.
I feel like you're making crazy faces and voices.
No. Like, a lot of spit.
Oh. Toes.
That wasn't the part that really excited me, but yeah. A lot of spit and like passion.
Were you always receiving?
Yes.
Have you ever given?
You mean topped?
Have you ever topped?
Not a man.
Do you desire that?
Yeah, I would do that for sure. Actually, sometimes I watch porn where like it is like the teacher student or like whatever, like that power dynamic, older younger is what I'm saying. Where the younger guy like tops the older guy because they're like, I want you to like fuck me. And I think that's really hot.
It's so hot that you guys can do both.
Like it's hot to me like the person who's like the top is like, well, today I want you to fuck me. You're like, okay, I'll fuck you.
I wish I had a dick sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to put it in something.
Yeah, so I would definitely do that. But also, I used to say, I don't know if this is true or not. To be honest, I feel like I'm such an adaptable, like morphable person on the inside.
Sexually.
No, I mean like not just sexually, just kind of
Really?
like yeah, in the sense that like I'm much more comfortable like perceiving things than being perceived. And so
Isn't everybody?
kind of, but like in high school I would always have like I had a bunch of different friend groups and I enjoyed being the one that like moved around. And I've imagined different kinds of relationships for myself. I was like wondering like, you know, could I date someone who's like exclusively the top and I'm exclusively the bottom, and they're older and I'm younger? Like, that's hot to me. Like, that would be a relationship I'm interested in. But would I want that forever? And I used to say like, well, wouldn't it be nice to like have a more egalitarian relationship where we're like verse and it's like not so like gendered or like, you know, heteronormative, and like we just do whatever we feel like doing that day, you know? That seems like that would be really like nice. So I don't know what I want.
Well, what's your favorite position with him?
I honestly like always forget what they're called. Like,
There's only a couple.
missionaries when you're on your back.
Yeah. On your back.
And then what happens when, doggy style is when he's coming at you from behind.
Yeah.
And then what, like cowgirl,
cowgirl,
reverse cowgirl? I don't like that.
You don't?
No.
I think it's about getting the right angle.
The mechanics are challenging. And it's like a lot of work for me.
It's fun to put in the work.
Yeah, but I just feel awkward because I'm just like, kind of hurts.
That's fair.
I probably think boring missionary.
Missionary's hot.
I like the eye contact, the ability to like make out while we're having sex.
So intimate.
That's hot.
So do you have a sexual fantasy that you want to play out? What do you imagine to yourself? What do you want to try next?
Maybe some role playing.
But like full on, right?
Yeah. Put my BFA to good use. Cause I'm like, it could be so hot if like you're actually both committed to the bit.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah,
And you have like a safe word to like get out of it, but otherwise you're like you're
Potato.
acting.
Yeah. I think I'd hate that.
I want to try it.
Try
I
it.
just want to see what it's like. I've
You
never
have to
done
find
it.
somebody to do it with.
There's a bunch of people out there.
Are you on Field?
What's that?
It's like some dating app, but it's like for like
Oh,
everything, like
I've heard of this.
pan, poly,
I
threesomes,
can't be getting involved
like
in that.
bondage, whatever.
I actually think a threesome is not a fantasy
it's
of
like
mine.
Grinder, but every.
Yeah, I know
Buddy.
people on it.
I scrolled my friends the other day, and it's scary out there.
I don't want to be involved in
Everybody's like a freak on it. I'm sorry to say that, but it's like scary out there. It's like all people that like
It's too
went
far
to
for
Burning
us.
Man and like are way too into it, and they think that they can be like that online.
We're still prudes on the inside.
It's not like we're prudes. They're just like doing it in the least hot way possible.
Okay, fair.
Para mí.
Is a threesome like hot to you? Like I am personally not really into that.
Okay, there are times when I'm having sex or like sucking dick or whatever.
You wish there was in which you were also getting fucked?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. For me, the like thing that turns me on so much about sex is like the intimacy. Not that like we have to like have feelings for each other, just like the fact that it's just you and me. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
I agree.
whew, like that's
And
that's
I feel
hot.
like when there's three, it's also about performance.
Right.
And it's like, well, you can't really be into it.
Three's a crowd. That's what they say,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Three's
They
a
do
crowd.
say that. But I feel like you find yourself in group situations often.
Not often.
Sometimes.
It's happened
More
for
often
sure.
than me.
But those are just like for fun. Like
Yeah, for fun. And that's what threesome should be, for fun. For fun. No one's coming, and it's just to say you did it.
yeah,
Can you imagine coming in front of two people? That's so intense.
I have more than two.
Really? Where? / when?
Well, the hot tub, San Francisco.
Yeah.
Go listen to. I
Oh,
don't know
you
what that.
came?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, in the hot tub water.
No, in a Dixie cup. Remember?
That's so funny. What's more important to you? Passion or security?
Woof. That's really hard. Can I talk through it?
Yeah. I'll allow it. I'm not
I
mean
feel like
you.
the natural answer is like passion. Because you're like, how could I live a life without passion? And what is sex without passion? But in terms of, I'm talking about in my relationship, right? Like, this is my partnership we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if you have all this passion, but you have no security,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know where they are, you don't know how they feel about you all the time, like, that
That's
would
why
drive
it's
me
passionate.
mad.
You're constantly trying to get back to when it was good again.
Security. I don't think I could live through the anxiety, like, day to day.
Yeah.
And I think we could still have sex with security, and if I got bored, maybe we could talk about opening things up.
See? Maybe that's what your open marriage will be
No,
like.
I don't want that. That always feels like a failing to me. I'm like, really couldn't find anyone that encompassed things a little bit more.
Well, asking all these things of one person.
That's
is a
another
lot.
thing that he would say. It's like, you can't expect your partner to hold everything for you. And I'm like, true, for sure. But
sometimes they can.
But they should also be someone you want to hang out with, laugh with, and are also sexually attracted to and want to have sex with.
Important. That's the difference between a partner and a friend.
Right. Yeah. Next question.
Next question.
I feel like there's a lot on there. We're not going to be able to answer all
Who's
of
your
these.
first celebrity crush?
Skip.
Okay.
I don't have a good answer.
Okay. Do you have a muse? Or where do you find you draw the most inspiration?
I mean, a lot of my work is sexual. Funny enough. Like, my most interesting work is sexual. All of my essays, like, they're very, like, sentimental, and, like, we've talked about this. I say, like, romantic introspection. Like, that's, like, my genre, if that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I read about sex a lot in my essays. And my friend Amna, shout out to you, girly.
I had a dream. I met her.
Oh my
last
God.
night.
I want you guys to meet.
Wait, I had a dream that we were in high school last night, and we had one lunch hour to do this interview, and we spent half of it eating snacks.
You're just paranoid about last week.
And then I met Amna, and I was like, "Do you want to come on the pod?"
What'd she say?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, we need to do a trip to New York next year, where we stay at the Plaza, and we
It
and
sounds so
and
cute.
you meet Amna.
I love this. This is good.
Oh, she was saying, like, you write about sex, like it's really sexy the way you write about sex, but it's not, like, smutty. Not that smut's bad. Everyone, there's, that's a genre people really enjoy, but
yeah.
yeah. And, like, my plays, like, are often involve sex, and it's something I'm very, like, I spend a lot of time thinking about. And because I think, like, for so long sex felt like dangerous and, like, like scary, but it's also like what you want, I remember my freshman year theater studies teacher, we were reading The Bacchae. You know that play?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't, it's like, I forget exactly what it's about, but it's like this prince wanders away from his kingdom into, like, the woods and, like, stumbles upon, like, a bacchanal, like, with Dionysus and all of these people who are, like,
I definitely didn't read this.
yeah.
That sounds fun.
And my teacher was saying, like, he's gay, but it's not like that in the play explicitly. She's like, he's repulsed by, or she's like, humans are, like, repulsed by what they want the most. And I was like, that's how I feel about sex. And so I just think,
repulsed by what you want the most.
I mean, yeah, I
So
didn't want to
good.
be gay. I was not like I was like, oh, being gay is disgusting. It's just like the thing I want, like, I was pushing away the most is actually what I wanted.
The dichotomy.
Yeah, and that's how I felt about, like, men and like wanting, like, a big old man to come fudge me.
So, if you had to marry one person, who's already in your life right now, in a relationship or not, who would it be?
I mean, I have an answer. I just can't say on pod.
All right.
You know who I'm talking
I
about.
know who you're talking
Okay.
about. Okay,
It's
King.
you. Just
yeah, that's
kidding.
what I thought. That's what I thought.
Was that your last question?
Yeah.
I didn't have any warning that was the last question.
Okay. I'll come up with another.
Give me one more. Something good to just round us out.
Okay. You talk to them.
Oh. I was just thinking about, wow, we spent these 2 episodes talking about each other. Like, we have so much we have to, like, say on our next episode.
Yeah, especially what you did last night.
I want to talk about Saltburn. I want to talk about
all the movies I
May,
talk
December
about.
we're
You
going to
need
see.
to-
Should we just have a movie day where we just talk about movies?
all the Oscar contenders.
Yeah.
Slash.
Well, we
even
have
not.
we have to see the rest of them
'Cause you
then.
have to.
I saw Renaissance last night.
Oh, I was like, what is that?
Bitch.
Anyways.
It was actually so good.
Okay. How did it compare to seeing it in real life?
You literally see the whole concert and then you just get some stuff like behind the scenes.
That feels lame to me.
No, but it's filmed so well. It was thrilling.
Okay, who do you love most? Who do you love more? Your mom or your dad?
No, don't answer that. That's ridiculous.
Okay. Gender blind.
That's a really good title for someone's memoir.
Gender blind.
The story of me.
What is your dream Broadway role?
Whoa. Musical or play?
Either.
No, it will help me if you tell me which one.
Musical.
Okay. Okay. And I can sing it no matter how it's written.
You can sing it. You can belt it. Skrelt it.
Oh my god. It's like sometimes when people ask me these questions, like my answer is just like every musical I've ever known just leaves my brain.
I know. Wicked.
Well, obviously I would
Phantom.
love to be Elphaba and Wicked, and that's like, who wouldn't?
Role of a lifetime.
Role of a lifetime. I'm gonna just like list some off.
I feel like it'd be just so satisfying to do it.
It would be so satisfying. I think I'd kill it. Like if I could actually sing it, I would kill it.
Kill it.
Because I'm such an Elphaba, you know.
Yeah, totally.
And then
Misunderstood.
bookish. Glasses. Oh, I had one. It just left me. Should that just be it?
No, you had
Sorry,
one that left you.
I know, and it was like a boy part, but it's like a tenor, and I'm not a tenor.
Oh, but you can sing it.
I know, that's why I was gonna say it.
Yeah. What was it?
Oh, I'd love to play Jesus or Judas in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Ooh.
Incredible, but impossible to sing. Like truly impossible to sing.
Oh my god.
That would be epic.
I've never seen that show actually.
Have you listened to it?
No.
Oh my god.
I don't really know anything about it.
Oh my god.
Other than
Listen to the
Jesus.
album or watch the movie. The 70s movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I don't know how to love.
That's like the most boring song in
him.
the show. Yeah, I guess those.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many parts I'd like to play. Cabaret.
My dream is to be Sally.
Yeah, you'd be great.
Thank you.
That's such a good part. I'd love to do her.
It's such a good part.
Yeah. But seeing Eddie
Maybe this
Redmayne as the
time?
MC too, I'm like, that seems like so much fun. That production seems like so much fun.
Wait. What production is that?
The West End Cabaret they just did with Eddie Redmayne as
Who's Sally?
MC. I forget. But it's coming to Broadway next year.
They just had
We are
Cabaret on Broadway.
when we
When
were in
Emma
college.
Stone was
that
in
was
it.
not just. That was like when we were in college.
Still, that seems like just to me because I remember like
We
it was
go
yesterday.
to New York to see Cabaret, stay at the Plaza, and you meet Omna.
Oh my god!
Next
I
year.
love this trip. I love this trip.
That's all I have to say. I'm sure more would come to me if I thought more about
Well,
it.
we
but
talked an hour and a half.
too long.
I think that's good. We covered a lot
Les
of ground.
Mis, Valjean,
Valjean.
great part.
I'll be Javert.
Great part.
And time Javert.
Yeah. Okay.
Stars Okay, we gotta do Glimmer of Hope.
Oh, right.
Okay, and then I have to go do my nails.
Okay, I have to
Okay.
poop. You really have to do your nails. No offense.
I just got these done.
No, you've
like
been saying
2
that for weeks
ago.
that you just got them
It's
done.
because they're not as long.
Should I get
You
my
know,
nails
at
done
work
for fun?
they're Yeah, you wanna come with me?
Maybe. Where are you going?
Color coat.
Where's that?
It's on. Oh, it's like in WeHo.
No.
Okay.
You have work tonight?
No.
Oh. Okay.
In the La Poubelle.
Oh. My neighborhood.
You wanna come?
I'm working.
Lame.
Anyway, Glimmer of Hope. Oh, I get to sing it this week.
Go ahead. Nervous laughter.
This episode's so long.
I think no cuts, no skips.
Right. Glimmer of hope, yeah. You know, it'd really be helpful for like us to have an accompanist because I don't know ever what notes to choose. You know, that's our
Yeah.
flaws. Should I try, Kat?
Go ahead,
Okay.
but make it short. Cause
Glimmer of hope, yeah.
I like
That was
that.
good.
Glimmer
Cut
of
the other one.
hope. Yeah.
Cut the other one. My glimmer of hope will be I'm excited for Christmas. Tell me how you feel about this. So I got more ornaments. I've been getting an ornament collection.
You stop eating these. Get
Been
them away
starting
from
an
me.
ornament collection, and they're all so beautiful. And like I have a cute little tree, and I just want to like have some friends over. Actually, was thinking.
Never had your friggin' garden party.
I know, now I can't. Maybe in the spring. But I just want to have like some friends over, and I'll make
Just the faves.
and I'll make my rainbow cookies, and we can have some like fun cocktails, and then we could just take a little walk down to La Poubelle and have some drinks, and that's it. Like a casual little moment
You could
for the holidays.
easily make some Negronis.
Yeah, just something like
Easily
that, you
make
know?
a Manhattan
Old
or an
fashioned.
old-fashioned. Easy, no shaking involved.
But you know,
Just
something
stir
like
it.
that. Wouldn't that be so fun?
It would.
Listen to some Christmas music, sit by the tree, eat our rainbow cookies, drink our drinks, and then walk down to La Poubelle.
I love that.
I'm gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, too, am excited for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm bringing my new boyfriend home, and I'm taking my mom up to Napa for her present. I'm paying for
Beautiful.
it. We're
Beautiful.
going to Stag's Leap
Amazing.
and Nickel,
Ooh.
which is like the Farniente, like other brand.
I know them.
Yeah.
Also, did I tell you that I earned my 75,000 miles on my credit card?
Oh,
So guess what I can do?
travel.
No, I can reimburse my plane ticket for home for Christmas.
Travel.
I know, but I already bought it,
Okay.
and you already.
You can apply it retroactively.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what the card allows you to do with the miles. You can cover past travel purchases. Isn't that amazing?
And that's why we love Capital One.
Sponsor us, please.
And this is not an ad, but it could be.
It could be if you
And just
paid
picture
us.
this. Ad space for thousands of listens. Thousands, actually.
1,000 listeners.
And we have a really involved listener base.
super involved.
They love to
They
comment
love commenting
all the time. And emailing
And
us.
emailing us
And
and
commenting,
DMing us.
DMing. Lots of questions. Like,
Lots.
answer me.
But
And
we
it's
don't have
just like,
time to
we
get
don't
through
have
all of them because
time.
we need a social media manager. We can't
Well,
filter through
yeah,
all the
We need an
DMs.
intern.
Anyway,
Anyway, but there would be a lot of engagement on your ads.
A lot.
We're just saying that.
think on that.
Think on that. Well, it was
Okay.
lovely to get to know you. I feel like we just scratched the surface, you know?
Yeah. Are you satisfied? Do you feel like we got to some truths?
Are you satisfied?
Yeah, but it's your interview.
Do you think we mind?
I hope I said some interesting things. I hope you got to know some things you didn't know before, people.
I
Apparently
found it
you did.
interesting.
Get to know some things you didn't know. I'm sorry about this terrible cookies. I'm going to be throwing those away.
I wasn't thrilled about
We
them.
had to know, and I wasn't convinced I could find a good Italian cookie in LA anyway,
know that
and now we know we
can't.
can't.
Well, we love you guys.
We love you guys.
And I hope that after these 2 back-to-back bangers,
You'll really feel
like you know us and love us.
exactly.
I hope you feel part of the sisterhood.
Please say that you are.
You are.
You are.
This has been
Horny for Love. Oh.
That's what my neighbors hear every
Ah.
night.
Thank you for listening. Now we're singing.
Sing it to me, baby.
We're